ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's a social production. That's right, we're doing it. It is Friday, August the 8th. It's 8th of 2025. That's right, it's the 8th. I was going to say the 5th, but it's the 8th of 2025. And it's August. Once again, if you're joining me, if it's in Canada, if you're joining me in Canada, Wagwan to me familias, Ontario, Quebecois, Nova Scotia, which we'll get to by the end, hopefully. Lots to discuss. Over down south in the United States of the Americas, all 50 states, beautiful states. Over there, down there in Mexico, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Australia is of course Senegal, Singapore, and Thailand, Trinidad and Tobago, in the Congos, over there in the Congos. You get it, all around the world. There's so many countries. Each and every day we'll name a few, and hopefully but at one point, hopefully we'll have named all the countries. 200 countries. It's hard to remember 200 countries, but nonetheless. Let's get a sip of this bad boy right here. Lots of stuff to this. Lots of fun to be had. Not gonna lie to you. I'm hard about this episode. I'm a little bit titillated. A little bit hard, a little bit wet. And that's good. You want me hard. You want me wet. I hope you're hard and wet too, unless you're half the population, which is like female, so you can't get hard. Well, your clit's gonna get hard. I hope your clit is hard. There you go. Everybody's getting hard these days. It's neither here or there. Let's just get right into it. Let the festivities begin, shall we? Starting right off the bat. And then around the world, interesting stuff that's happening. A mother, I'm actually not sure if she's a mother or not. Maybe, I'm hoping that it's a mother. A woman in New Zealand was arrested or charged for putting a baby and a 2-year-old in a suitcase. Just said woman it was arrested. It didn't actually, or maybe I missed it. Maybe it said mother. Hopefully it was the mother, because otherwise it'd be... Nonetheless, the whole situation is messed up, because I get it. Let's just face this head on. What are we dealing with? A 2-year-old in a suitcase whilst traveling on an airplane, or attempting to travel, I assume. And I get it. Everybody's, rightly so. People were upset. People, had their thoughts about it. But I'll just say it. I think we all know what we're feeling inside. And you hear about this 2-year-old in a suitcase, and people are like, oh no, you shouldn't put a 2-year-old in a suitcase. Without actually giving her any remedies. What is she supposed to do? Put herself in the suitcase? If we're gonna get upset at a baby being in a suitcase, and we expect the woman to remove the baby and place herself in the suitcase, yet we have not really changed the size of the suitcase for as long as, 50, 100 years. It's been a long time that suitcases have not evolved and changed. And it's not easy to fit a full-grown woman or a man inside a suitcase. It's not easy. We're much heavier, much denser. Babies' bones are fragile. They're still their limbs are soft, they're flexible. They can be more comfortable. I'm not saying super comfortable, but still more comfortable compared to a full-grown woman. So everybody's mad and upset about this woman putting a baby inside a suitcase. And again, this is just a symptom of the larger disease at hand. So we must rethink and reimagine suitcases if we're going to put people inside of them. I highly recommend you poke holes in the suitcase if we're going to be if this is the game that we're playing, you're expecting her to not put the baby in the suitcase. I get it. And what is she supposed to do? Put the baby inside the plane with the rest of the strangers whilst she's in the suitcase below deck? Are you out of your minds? The expectations are flawed. It's not a perfect situation that we're dealing with. This is coming at us extremely fast, and we're trying to deal with it. But again, it just doesn't make sense. I've probably said this before. It's worth noting one more time. I've said the babies should be all the babies, families traveling with babies, there should be a lower deck, a bounce house inside planes, even large ships and yachts, a bounce house. Or a pit with a lot of balls, like the ones in McDonald's and other places where kids happen to fall into pits filled with balls. Let them play around. The adults can have all the fun upstairs too. It shouldn't just be like, oh, we gotta pick and choose. It's 2025. We can have our cake and eat it too, all right? So yeah, to put the blame solely on this individual for putting a baby inside a suitcase and expecting her, the baby can't even buckle her own seatbelt on, all right? You want the airplane to take off with this baby not having been buckled in, okay? So it makes sense to put the baby, the suitcase is smaller. It's much easier to put the baby inside a suitcase than it is to put a full-grown woman inside. So please, or like, lower deck could just be like maybe like a foot of water and just let the kids just jump in the water, have fun in the pool. Make a second deck. I've said this, but I'll say it again, it's worth saying. Okay, so I know what you're all thinking. Yeah, no babies in suitcases. Yes, but to expect a full-grown human being this isn't Ocean's, I forget the number, 11, 12 and a half, doesn't matter, the one with the beautiful Chinese contortionist who fit in the suit. That's one man, that's an anomaly, all right? Now, I've been doing my stretches, and I know you've been doing your stretches out there too, but we are to objectively look at this. It's much easier to put a baby in a suitcase than it is to put a full-grown human being, all right? Again, there's some of you who are athletes out there who are like, I've been doing Pilates and track for 27 years. I can still touch my knees and lick my nutsack and check out my taint and even measure it for just to keep track of the taint. But you need to do that apparently these days. But nonetheless, that's just an anomaly. You're an anomaly, sir, madam. The rest of us have to be, we pop and crack as we age, as we grow. So please, let us think together and come up with a remedy to this problem. No babies in suitcases, yes, but what do we have to work with? I'll let the viewership decide. If we're gonna be, what's next? We're not gonna let pregnant babies come on the airplane because they're trafficking 6-month-old babies inside their wombs. If that's not pregnant women are basically suitcases with feet and tits. What are we gonna do? Get them in trouble as well for putting babies inside their uterus? God, the hypocrisy is unreal. What else is going on in and around the world? A beautiful Swedish Prime Minister has just been, I think he told on himself, or I don't know how it got out, but it got out. You've been hearing this word pop up, and we're probably going to be hearing more of it pop up as we grow closer and closer and becoming one with it. I'm talking about AI. The chat GPTs and the Groks and all of it is good. It's good. It's got its pros and cons, of course. But he was caught. I guess he said it himself. He's using ChatGPT apparently to just bounce off ideas on how to govern and shit. He didn't say it specifically in those terms, but he is bouncing off ideas off of ChatGPT Okay, we need to pump the brakes on this a little bit. Develop the tech. I get it. We need to enhance our horizon or grow more towards a tech-friendly society, but to govern using ChatGPT, that is, and we tell our students, and I've heard this shit, students are getting in trouble for writing essays using ChatGPT. They're getting caught using, the people who are catching them, the teachers are using ChatGPT people are being replaced left, right, and center with ChatGPT. And all of a sudden, now we hear the Prime Minister of the Swedish Prime Minister, Swedes, beautiful Swedes with the Swedish tits and the Swedish mafias and the Swedish meatballs and the Swedish masseurs. Kind of felt like getting a massage up in this bitch. The point is, because it's a slippery slope. Because at least as long as we're dealing with humans who are in charge of large groups of other humans, we're familiar more or less with the situation at hand. All right, it's not a perfect scenario, but at least you're dealing with humans. You don't know what these chat GPT, before you go start using it for grand positions of power, it's scary. You need to think about this shit, man. What if it turns everybody into trans people? Seriously, think about that. What if you put it out there? What if you yourself as the Prime Minister are like extremely into trans and you're like, how do I turn the populace trans? And now you put that into that's the input. You prompt it. And this is, oh, it's gonna get even better and better. What if you ask ChatGPT how to make the entire population trans? Next thing you know, you are in Southeast Asia, chopping it off, gluing other stuff back on, all right? And charging whatever they charge in Southeast Asia to suck a fellow off who you happen to lure into your beautiful little hut using dim lighting and foreign music and a little bit of, non-FDA approved energy drinks, whatever that is. But that's just, the point is, like, it might not happen, or it might. Because we've heard stories of ChatGPT. As good as it is still, people are going out there and resorting to relationship advice. It's telling them to break up with their relationships. It's telling them to sometimes, and I'm not specifically talking about ChatGPT, I'm just talking about AI chatbots. This is things we need to think about, all right? Or what if it asks, what if the Prime Minister, I'm not saying the Prime Minister of Sweden is evil, but what if an evil Prime Minister gets a hold of this shit? It's like, how do I enslave all the people and have them like it too? And have them like it, like really enjoy it, but then be enslaved. And think about that. Really, consequences of our tech that we're developing. But nonetheless, you know what? It might just promote positive things. I'm sure it will. It does make me get the runs a little bit. I hear a prime minister is using artificial intelligence to bounce off ideas and potentially govern. It just makes me like, hey. All right, there, Cypher, okay? We all like our steaks too, but let's walk into this new realm together, shall we? God, ladies and gentlemen, that's neither here or there. And of course, I believe the Swedish Prime Minister, like most world leaders, is very thoughtful and caring, in it for the people. Most likely, right? I don't even know that much about Swedish politics or anything about Swedish life. As a matter of fact, I'd like to visit one day and taste your foods and stuff too, and other stuff to whatever it is that the Swedes are known for, like skiing, like nude skiing. That's right. I've seen a lot of these stickers on the back of cars. I'm sure you guys have seen some of them too. Baby on board. It says baby on board, and it is meant to incite, or rather provoke, or put forward a thought of intimidation from that driver to other drivers behind them. Be aware of the baby stickers on the cars. Beware of the babies on baby on board. I get it. You want to intimidate other drivers to tell them back off. There's a baby on board. Careful of this baby. It doesn't describe what kind of baby it is, but it just assumes people are afraid of babies. Which is crazy, because babies are weak and dumb and fragile. So I don't know why you're putting it. It makes sense when people put a picture of a bulldog in the front of their house behind a window and says beware of dog, or sometimes they reverse the message and it says beware of dogs owners. I get that, because that's like a rough, bulldog. Not to say that bulldogs are rough, but maybe that particular one has been, injecting himself with TRT and doing shrugs and, deadlifts and shit, and is partaking in underground MMA competition. It doesn't matter. The point is that that's a dog. That's potentially a dog that's fucking got traps. This is a baby. Babies don't scare people. If you want people to back off your car, put another form of sticker on your car. One that puts out the message like, Albanian mafia member in the back of the car, beware, keep your distance. Eastern Bloc gypsy witch on board, beware, keep your distance. Next thing you know, you're getting all sorts of voodoo thrown at your way. You know what I mean? It's Armenian mafia member also on board. Put these stickers on the car if you want to keep, Somalian pirate on board if you really want to keep it, and then put somebody, actually once in a while it wouldn't hurt to just, because a lot of times you can't, with the baby sticker, babies would be, how do you even know these cars have babies? Babies are small, you don't even see the back of their heads. Some of these people could just be bullshitting you out there, just false advertising. I'm going to be scared of this car because it says baby on board. I'm telling you right now, put a Somali pirate on board sticker. Stick a Somali pirate in the back of here and just have him wield a machete. Now people will be threatened then, instead of looking at a baby sticker. They're not going to get intimidated by a baby on board sticker with a baby who can drool at best. That's drool and shit himself or herself. What am I going to be worried about? A little bit of soft turd? Come on. I roll in soft turd. The point is, that's just something I thought about, and it's a little bit, want others to partake in this. So you get a Somali pirate, put it in the back of your car. There you go. If you really want to keep people away from you on the highways and on the streets, you're welcome. You're welcome. Dun, 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 dun. What else is going on? I believe I heard this one on the internet. It's a new craze. Some people are partaking. Fake disorder posting. That's right. Fake disorder posting. People are, I don't know what they're doing it for. I believe it's probably like most things. It's probably for their clout chasing. They're looking to make an easy buck. And I get it. It's not easy. There's 8 billion of us and counting. There's a lot of competition. I got AI taking over some jobs. And you're wondering how to make a buck. And I'm here for it. Yes, does it take away from the fact that there are actually, retarded people out there physically and mentally? Excuse me. Physically and mental. I got it. You don't need to. I got it, okay? Physically and mentally retarded. There are actual ones out there. And this is why I believe personally we're all retarded. All right, to varying degrees. There's different levels. As we've learned in life, there's different levels of everything. There's, most of us can get away with it on a daily basis, pull it somehow together, summon up the courage to get out there and get after it. Most of us do it. We try. Most of us try. Some people, there's varying degrees, high levels of mental or physical retardation, sometimes both. But so now you got fake disorder posts and getting people, have fake. This is what I want to see. I don't mind people making money. I don't mind people. This might even raise awareness for the entire community as a whole. But I just want a little bit more commitment. Physically, mentally, emotionally commit. If you're saying I'm retarded, take the whole week and just be full-blown retard. Just walking around. Fall on your back. I'm on my back. I can't get up. Subscribe. As you say this to your subscribe. But do it for a long. It can't be just I'm just gonna do it. Just submit to the actual. Give into it. Let it take over you. It wouldn't hurt. If this is going to be your moneymaker, it wouldn't hurt to amputate limbs. I'm telling you right now. Physically, mentally retarded, it wouldn't hurt to go headfirst into a brick wall. A couple of times it wouldn't hurt. Physically it will hurt, but if this is going to be your gig, if this is going to be your life, outside, you're like, well, what about when the cameras are not rolling? They say act like somebody's always watching. No, wait, no. Think like, I forget the saying, to be honest with you, but that's aside. Take the part with you if you want to get better at it. Get a wheelchair, amputate your leg. Leave one, but amputate the other. Fight a shark, fight a tiger, lose a limb, then own it. Because that's the most important. One of the most important things people say these is being authentic to yourself. So please, a little bit of effort, I'm not saying, because I'm for appropriation. I'm for it. I'm for people mixing and matching and learning and taking and adding and subtracting and dividing, and it's beautiful. All of it. Do it. But do it properly. Take a little bit more time. Don't just come for 20 seconds. For 20 seconds, not good enough. We need a little bit more commitment, okay? That's all I wanted to say about that, ladies and gentlemen. So commit, please. If you're gonna go out there and say you got the Tourette's, really stick with it. Dyke. Dykes are cool. I like dyke. commit to it fully, really just I like cotton candy. Dykes and cotton candy. I like dykes and cotton candy. Dykes. Right there, dude. So commit to it. People want to see a little bit more. Don't just be getting out there and like fucking. Unless it works, dude. I'm also down with quick cash grabs. I promote it, do it, whatever. So I don't care. The point is, I just want to see a little bit more effort. Just a little bit more effort. Don't fucking just get up and just, man, I'm retarded today and give me money. A little bit more, just a little bit more. Commit a little bit more. What else is going on in and around the world? An Amazon delivery driver delivered a package in Spain to a British woman or an English woman who resides now in Spain. She's elderly. The Amazon driver delivered the package to the said lady. Lady went into the bathroom of her house, came out, saw the said driver inside her bedroom masturbating. New York in that meat, dude. Just going above and beyond what's expected at work. Thoughts on this matter, of course, she was upset, made a complaint about the masturbating delivery driver. Amazon, as far as I'm concerned, I believe they said it's not our official delivery driver. I believe it's like a third party or something. I don't know the full deets of the sitch. Whoever was the supplier hired another delivery service or whatnot, but Amazon is trying to obviously, this is not our thing, all right? Jeff Bezos is a good man, all right? He does not condone delivery drivers who masturbate, unless, because it does say A to Z. I just want to remind, it does, if we're saying A to Z encompassing everything, then low-key, a little bit of your thing. That's everything. You gotta, technically it falls with the brand, but it's not Jeff Bezos' fault, all right? He's busy, all right? He's in the honeymoon phase right now. You know what they're doing right now? Fucking clapping that meat, dude, right there. That's with billions of dollars, just on a pile of cash, clapping that meat, okay? The point is that there's an issue. Masturbating delivery driver. Let's just go through the basics, okay? When to masturbate as a delivery driver or when not to masturbate as a delivery driver. Most often people would probably not like you to masturbate if you are a delivery driver for any company. But low-key, there's got to be some people out there that want it. Low-key, I believe this is a problem that could be remedied by maybe leave an option on the app. Oh, I like my package delivered a little bit moisture on the side, a little bit of that condiment on the side of my lips. You just leave it so you can take a box off and let people know that you want your package delivered with or without masturbation. I'm letting you, I'm letting you know right now, you complain about these delivery drivers or overall jobs, in any job, they're good and bad folk. You start complaining, to certainly this is what leads to more machines and AI taking over our jobs. The next thing you know is in 5, maybe 10 years, maybe in 20 years, you'll go down and get deliveries delivered by some sort of robot, by some sort of little chunky robot delivers your shit to you all, and you're gonna reminisce and you're gonna look back and say, remember the good old days when you got delivered packages and once in a blue moon they threw in a free set of masturbations in there. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. And this time it was masturbation. Next time it could be actual sexual activities. Remember back in the day when pizza delivery folk. That was one of the themes of porn. That was one of the great pillars of porn and society. Pizza delivery drivers used to deliver a package of pizza and they lift it up. And sometimes the pizza box had a hole on the bottom so that the delivery driver could insert his peen through the hole and say, anybody order some sausage? And those were good times. They were really good times. Didn't happen all the time. It'd be nice to have milk delivered, all right, with a milk delivery lady. Maybe a bottle of milk. Did somebody order some milk between her tits? Just a gallon of milk between these tits, right? Here, dude, have a sip of these tits. Just letting you know, you complain a little bit too much. I know, it's not fun, I get it. Maybe just have the option. If we could just have it, because maybe the thing is, the lady ordered other items through Amazon, the same delivery driver returned again to our home. Now that is an issue, of course. There should be a box on the app or the Amazon website as you're getting delivered. Would you like A to, when we say A to Z, we mean A to Z. Really, we cover all our bases, but clearly some people don't like to get it all. Others complain that they're not getting the works, but can't please everybody. But I'm just saying, leave an option, tick a box, because in 5, 10, 20 years, you're gonna wish a package delivered a little bit moist, a little bit wet, just to have a story, just to have something to look forward to. But that's neither here or there. Here we are, ladies and gents, on Friday, the 8th of August of 2025. Johns Hopkins Research Facility University, Johns Hopkins Institute of Research, Johns Hopkins Research Center of, you know the place. They just grew a mini human brain, ladies and gentlemen. They just grew a mini human brain. Their desire, sick people, sick people with disorders. They want to study sick people with disorders, ailments, and I'm talking about Alzheimer's. I'm talking about Alzheimer's. I'm talking about schizophrenia. I'm talking about other mental disorders, depression, and other disorders. Bipolarism, tripolarism, no polarism. All of it. They want to study it, and they say that this recreation of a miniature human brain in a lab is going to help them detect ways of aiding developing diseases in human brains. And that's great. That's great for science, for mankind. It is great. One step closer to recreating a full-blown human. I'm personally concerned as a black market organ dealer. I'm a little bit, not a lot of people fighting for our rights, for our means of acquiring money and putting food on the table for our children. Dada, will I get to go to baseball camp, Dada? And guess what? Dada has to look at little Ginny's beady little eyes and say, you know what? Yeah, little Ginny. Yeah, you are gonna get to go to baseball camp. You know why, buddy? You know why? Daddy's an organ dealer. An organ dealer on the black market. Dada, oh, what's that organ? The dealer, Dada. Maybe when you're older, Jimmy, I could tell you. But for now, run in your room and play with your toys, son. And for the rest of you, you're staying still in your seats, and you're like, what is an organ dealer? It's hard work, I'll tell you what. Now that my son is upstairs in his bedroom playing with his toys, I can tell you what it's all about. Yes, do I have to? First of all, it takes a lot. I gotta get ice. Gotta get a lot of ice. All right? Bathtubs, plural bathtubs, not just mine. I can't just bring everybody over and remove organs in my place. You know, first of all, they say do not shit where you eat, or if you actually kind of low-key impossible, because everybody has a shitter inside their residence, which we are probably all guilty of breaking that one. But the point is that it's difficult because people are outside. Again, you can't just randomly tell people, hey, come to get in my bathtub. So you gotta have multiple bathtubs around the globe available in every major city. All right? And you gotta get people, you gotta make contact, you gotta make introductions. You gotta have somebody introduce you to somebody who's maybe down on their luck, is in need of some money, all right? And you invite them somewhere. And sometimes you gotta tell them explicitly what this is all about. Sometimes you gotta imply low-key what it's all about. Sometimes you don't even need to tell them. Sometimes you just gotta tell them, hey, maybe there's a poker game that you need to come over for. We're watching a baseball game, so why don't you come check out this beautiful big game of cricket, if whatever they're into, and we'll chew on nuts and sip some beers. How about that? And they'll come over, and it's a whole thing. You gotta make an afternoon, a whole day out of it. Give them the food, you know? Put something in their food so they fall asleep. Chloroform or whatever, it doesn't matter. Then you drag a full-grown human, a 180-pound male, female, drag him into a tub. Remove their clothing items. You know how hard it is to move just a body that's passed out. This is not easy shit, okay? And now you gotta let me get my tools, and you gotta tell yourself. And then, did you even pack everything? And sometimes you pack everything. Every once in a while, you'll forget something. And here you go. You gotta look around in this strange new place for potential utensils that you could use to dig into their side and like grab a kidney or a liver or whatever, or pancreas. All of it. This will get messy. All right, you gotta stitch them back up. You gotta make sure the ice doesn't melt. God forbid the ice doesn't melt. Don't want to repeat the fiasco of 93, the melted ice fiasco of 93. Not going to South America during summers, I'll tell you that again. It's a messy business. So I'm just letting you know that, yeah, sure, these scientists can now regrow the human brain, and it's miniature now, but I'm just letting you know, and in due time, they're gonna grow a full-grown brain. It's not gonna be a mini brain. Yeah, right now it's cute. It's a mini brain driving a Mini Cooper or a smart car because it's tiny. But 5-10 years from now, that brain will have matured and will want to sit behind a 4x4, a proper man's car. You know what I'm talking about. A Chevy or like a Dodge, like, you know, something with a heavy, just, you know, 350 to 5 million thousand horsepower. You know what, I'm just a brain revving and pressing on the gas, and you're like, oh my God, there's a full-grown brain behind the steering wheel. You're gonna freak out on the highway, and you're gonna tell people, and no one's gonna believe you, and you're gonna wish you just kept that to yourself, but it's too late now. It's too late now, God damn it. So just wanted to let you guys know that that's happening. And again, I, for one, am, happy for the science and humanity and all that. Low-key a little bit threatened by the fact that not only do I have to worry about AI, but now I've got potential threats coming in from competition who are growing their own organs. Okay, and that's a little bit non-ethical if you ask me, because yeah, what about my job? What about my job? What else is going on? Chinese AI researchers in China have put a monkey brain on a computer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have this apparently now, according to what I read. Monkey brain has been uploaded or somehow put on a computer, which is basically, we now have computer monkeys or monkey computers, or basically monkey robots essentially, or robot monkeys, robo monkeys, or monkey bots. They're monkey bots. Pros and cons of this is, God, I love monkeys, I'll tell you that. Flicking feces, favorite pastime activity. You know, peeling bananas, second favorite pastime activity. Jerking off in the corner, top 5. Yeah, top 5. But, you know, and I like computers. We merge them together and we essentially get, what other animals could we see uploaded onto computers? Anything you can think of at this point. We're growing at this tech is growing increasingly. It's pace as fast as what I'm trying to say. And it's, because it's monkeys today, it's zebras tomorrow, it's your dog the next day, it's your goldfish the following day after that. And soon we will probably get to the place where we're gonna upload human brains onto computers, and I don't know what that means. It's a new playground. It's a new frontier. It's what will happen to us, the flesh and bone folk, the meaty, juicy 70, you know what I'm talking about, 75-80% water type titties and vaginas. You know what I'm talking about. What will happen to those species? Because that is, you know, it's beautiful to think about, but also, what if the monkey robot becomes really efficient and smarter at flicking feces? And trips to the zoo meant that you might get a feces flicked at you maybe once or twice during your visit at the zoo. And now you go to the zoo and it's like a tech zoo, and it's a robot monkey flicking multiple feces at you. Think about that. Multiple feces flung at a faster rate. Okay? Think about that. The repercussions of these actions, well, we don't know what they'll be. What about your dog on a computer? What about your dog on a computer? Yeah, it's cute every once in a while when it's humping your leg. But what if you hear now its internal thoughts as it's humping your leg, and it's humping faster because it's combined with a robot? Get off me, Spock, get off! Give me your leg, give me your leg. And it'll say that with its little dog language. Give me your leg. And it was cute without it talking, but now it can talk, and now it demands your leg. And it's a little bit freaky, but low-key, you still love the little fella. So these are all the types of questions we must ask before we go full-blown merging with machines. But low-key, it could be our savior too, or our downfall, or our savior as well. Either or, it's literally 50-50 at this point, I think. Titillating, exciting time. No, it's great to be alive at these times, of course, but it is, yeah. A robot monkey, that is a little bit, gets me excited, but also a little bit scared, not gonna lie to you. My taint, wet. Moisture, it's built up, it's there. Yeah, it's there. What else is going on? In and around the world, I believe ICE is hiring. It's great to, if you want to make bank right now, you can make bank. ICE is hiring in the US. It's got 50K bonus, all right? If you want to make bank and put away people who are not legal people or illegal people, 50K bonus. Student loan forgiveness. Pensions and dental plans, maybe, I don't know, but they're hiring. And I believe they even lowered the age limit. I think you can just basically, you can finish high school and go to ICE right now. You can get a job right now. There's going to be a lot more people that are going to be hired. Which begs the question, like, what about cops then? This is different than cops, I think. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. Why don't we just recruit more cops? And does that take more training? Maybe. Well, then we need to then okay, fine. Then you can become an ICE agent with lesser time and lesser training probably. But then you get to put away illegals. Dirty illegals, all right? Dirty, filthy illegals. We're coming into our borders and shit. And bringing God knows what with them. So there you go. If you want to make bank right now and you want to low-key, put a couple of fellas who, don't speak L'anglais, if you know what I mean. If you want to just make bank and wrangle up a couple of fellas and put them behind a pickup truck and drop them off at the border, you can do that now. They actually hired Superman, former actor who, still acting, but like former Superman, Dean Cain, which I loved. Lois, I still do. Well, I haven't watched it in a while. I watched it when I was growing up and watching so many TV shows as one does. Growing up, Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Lois, beautiful. Get it? Before school, fucking TV ruled, dude. Just cereal, maybe a little eggy bacon. A little eggy bacon TV. Just before. Good times, solid times. Just before school, catch a program. What were we even talking about? That's right, Lois and Clark. Actor Dean Cain has now been hired as well. He's portrayed as superhero. He portrayed himself as, he is Superman. He is Superman. What will happen? You're gonna get, that's what, you're gonna get excited because you're gonna, is it a plane, man? Is that a plane, man? What is that? I see in a corner, man. What is behind that trash can, man? Is it a bird? Is it an airplane? No, Jose, don't be an idiot. Why would an airplane be behind the trash can, man? What is it? We should check this out. Is it a bird? Is it a man? What is it? It's Superman, but working for ICE. And he'll get out there with his cape and his tights and he will punch you in the face. I don't know what they're supposed to be doing, to be honest with you, but I think they can use force. Do they get guns? If you get guns and you get a 50K bonus and you can be basically like 2 years old, God, you could be making bank from it. You don't even need to go to school. You could just roll out of bed and go to ICE and wrangle up. And you're like, what if we run out of people to wrangle? Then we gotta clean it up, okay? Low key, everybody has a few family members which they can probably say, hey, maybe a few months away wouldn't hurt. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's got one or at least two people in their family that could be low-key iced out right now. So I'm telling you right now, gather them up. Once you run out of people to take to the border or deport or whatever, you're gonna have to get more people, okay? Family members who are not, close, get them in there. I'm not sure if you get a bonus for more captures, Could you lasso people? Because I do wanna, I don't think I have the option because Canada and the US, if not still, we will become one day, but we're still, right now, if it was available, I'd be wrangling people up myself. I will just, lasso you and you're like, I'm born here. I'll be like, well, get your paperwork. You're like, who keeps paperwork? It's too bad, son. You're getting wrangled up. Can we low-key, can we brand people? If there's any branding, I'm telling you right now, because tattooing is a fine art which takes time. Branding, I think I can do. Brand just deported, ice, right there. Just put it just on an ass cheek or two. Daddy's gotta make bank. Daddy's gotta make bank. All right, there's not many jobs out there, so I gotta get a job, and that's I'd be doing that right now, just riding a horse, wrangling people up. And you're like, what about the other? What if the shoe was on the other side? Then you gotta. Basically, I don't know what to tell you. It's gonna be rough times for a little while. It's gonna be because again, we had a few years where it was just too fast, too loose. Now we gotta reel it in. All right. My heart goes out to anybody. Bleach your hair blonde for a little while. 4 or 5 years, bleach it blonde. We'll deal with it one day at a time. For the time being, gotta make bank. Okay, and now, what's that over there? It's Superman. Come to take you away, son. Because you're here illegally. It's the way it works, all right? Sometimes it's the way it works. Could we give Dean Cain steroids so he like bulks up and just does jujitsu on illegals, dude? If he wears the cape and arrests people, what if that's like maybe it could be a TV show. Could definitely be a TV show. Criminal intent, maybe he'll catch people and put criminals in intense, and we'll interview people as it's a show. It's about ICE, criminals, Dean K, aka Superman, and it's called Criminal Intent. And it'll be just like,
My name is Carlo. I'm criminal. I've been living in tent. This is my tent. Thank you for. A lot of people tell me I can't be in tent for a long time, but I've been in tent for now 25 years. I will continue to do my crime in tent and outside tent too, but I'm dedicated to my craft. And I will say, initially we had a lot of people come say, Carlos, you can't potentially be the best of criminals in a tent. And I say, watch me, bitch. I say, Carlos will prove you wrong. And I do my crime in tent, and then I go outside tent, do more crime, I coming back. And again, a lot of people say you can't do, you don't fully put yourself out there. And I say, watch Carlos, do it. And I've been doing it for 29 years now. A lot of people say that the life, it got more to offer than just doing criminal activities, intense. I say, to each their own. Carlos tries intent.
And that'll be the show. But like with more criminals, criminal intent. Brought to you by Dean Cain and Superman and whoever, and ICE. What else is going on in and around the world?
Jr., I'm here to tell you that we are removing some of the funding for mRNA vaccines. Now, some of you might be losing your minds, thinking, why have I removed $500 million or so from funding of the mRNA vaccine? And I'm here to tell you, don't panic, okay? Initially, it might sound as if we're removing a lot of money in funding from the mRNA vaccines, but I'm here to tell you that we've done the research. There will still be research and plenty of money for vaccine research. And I don't want you to think that this is just gonna take away from the vaccine research. We found out that the mRNA vaccines are actually kind of useless. The research shows that the infections tend to develop in people's respiratory systems, and they're quick to change and adapt. So you make like one mRNA vaccine, and it's not good for the other types of diseases that become vaccine resistant. So it's just a lot of money, and I don't need you to panic. I need you to put on some jeans and start doing push-ups and exercising and quit sucking on food. Die. You're gonna die. You don't want to die. You want to be healthy like me. Again, it's the nuance of things people hear, removing of finances and research money, and they think, oh, it's getting rid of all vaccines. Not all vaccines. There's still plenty of money for vaccines and research. It's just mRNA has kind of been fucking shit up for some time now, and I'm just letting you know, do not panic. It's very nuanced. This is a good thing. Exercise, wearing jeans. Try jeans. Before Sydney Sweeney came along, I was the first one with the good jeans, but I guess they want to go with a younger demographic. But I'm telling you right now, I too have great jeans. Watch me do push-ups and bench press in jeans. Check out this ass that won't quit, son. I just want you to, again, I do want to reiterate this. Again, it's not taking away. A lot of people will panic and say, oh, anti-vax, it's not anti-vax. This is a good thing. I'm telling you right now, plenty of money to go into research. Just mRNA, low-key sucks balls.
What else is going on in and around the world, ladies and gentlemen? Georgia, 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 sweet Georgia, sweet Georgia, Georgia, sweet Georgia, you're in Georgia. Georgia. Fort Stewart, Georgia, military base. That's right, a military base. Had a rough time in the past couple of days, I think. It sucks. One man, 28 years old. I forget his name. He kind of went bonkers and he shot people with a gun, with a pistol. How did it happen? That's as much information that I have, so that's all I know. He shot at his fellow army men, which sucks. Oh, army on army crimes, dude, that doesn't get me excited. It low-key bums me out, but then good things happened, which got rid of the downer sitch. Good, honorable men and women piled on, and they jumped this guy and they collected his gun. They removed his gun and waited until like other people showed up and helped out, and eventually he was subdued and taken away, and he'll be dealt with. And these men and women make me proud, despite the fact that I've never been in the army. I've never been a soldier. In my later years, I kind of looked back and said to myself several times, maybe you should have joined the army when you were in your late teens. That would have been low-key not a bad path. But here we are today. No regrets. No regrets. Good times only. We learn and we grow. And all that stuff. Would have been nice to just do climb a rope with your fellow men and women and do a bear crawl and fucking, strap up the old boots. just put a rifle together and like really quick and like take it apart really quick and just, you know what I'm talking about, fucking army shit. Camo, oh, who can, and the nice hats, nice army hats, it's so much, it's got a lot to offer, but again, just different paths, just didn't work out that way, no regrets, none of that stuff. But nonetheless, very thankful for the men and women who are in the forces, doing amazing, beautiful things. And yes, it's just, we are here to celebrate, you know, not, this shouldn't be about the men rather who shot the individuals who are now, I believe, recovering, which is great. Nobody died. Good, excellent, thank God. Hells yes. This is to celebrate the bravery and, you know, the willingness to jump up and help other people, your fellow men, and women, brethren and sistren in the clothing, which is nice. And that's when training becomes second nature. That is when training becomes second nature, and you don't even think about it, you just do. You don't even, it's just flowing through you. It is just when training becomes second nature. Yeah, I wasn't in the army, but I've had a few times when training became second nature, and some say it was, well, you be the judge. One time in traffic, I hear sirens behind me. And I look in the rear view mirror, and what is it? It's a fire truck. Boo, 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 doing its thing. And what did I do? It's when training kicked into, and it became just second nature. And I just pulled over and cleared the path for them to go and help save lives. And it didn't happen once. I'm just low-key trying to, you know, but at least once or twice, a good, I've lost count, to be honest with you, but I'm not here to, this isn't about me, but low-key, I pulled over, dude. I fucking cleared the path, and these guys just, now who did, yes, of course, you know, who's the hero in this particular story? If I hadn't cleared the path, they would, yeah, I mean, like, clearly, team effort, like, low-key looked, but, like, we know that, okay, fine, the other time, just one time, all right, fine, okay? It's one time, in my old place, I heard like a knocking, you know, heavy knocks on a neighbor's door, and I like peeped through the people, and I saw cops. And low-key, it just made my insides, just because the sight of cops, I love cops, but like growing up, it was a thing. It was just, but I've grown out of it now. I think most of it, men in uniform, growing up as a youth, sometimes it could be a little bit, you know, intimidating, but then you grow up and you mature. But then that's aside. But the point is, I saw cops banging on the neighbor's door because I heard yelling and screaming coming from, and that made me, and that's when training kicked in and it just became second nature. You know what I did? I turned around, went back, and like I got my laptop, I got my bottle of lube, my 2-ply. And I sat down and I jerked myself off, and I masturbated essentially. And you know, 45 minutes later, after I was done, okay, fine, like half an hour later, all right, okay, 15 minutes later, got me. 5 minutes later, okay, fine, whatever, dude. Fucking 30 seconds later, I got up after I came, and the noise still persisted because they were like chatting it up and like trying to figure, but like low key, it took care of itself. And like, and again, I just get second, you know, training when you know, situations that like make you just, you know, uncomfortable, a little bit of relief, a little bit, and that's you know, everybody does their part, and like I let it just take over. And again, that's many years again, but in my teenage years, and like even, you know, it just kicked in. Lube, 2-ply, laptop, it was so fast. Very similar to the way like men and women, you know, take apart a weapon, put it back to the same thing. Different, but like same thing. Low key, same thing. But again, I'm not here to say this isn't about me. This is about these brave men and women. All right, and we're here to thank them. All right, we salute you. Okay. What else is going on? in and around the world. I believe New York City, beautiful city of New York, New York City. If you can do anything in the city of New York, you can do it everywhere else too, 'cause cities are essentially the same these days. Say if you can do anything in New York, if you do it in New York, it's like you can do it anywhere else too. Ooh, yeah, New York. New York City. New York City, New York, New York City, New York, New York City, New York has now opened up a shop that's basically serving out ice cream, this titty flavored ice cream, titty milk flavored ice cream, rather, breast milk flavored. Now, I don't know how they're getting the flavor of the titty milk to go into the ice cream. The best way, if I want to just contribute to this business, you need to get yourself some ladies. You need to farm some bitches out there, all right? Now, and you got to get them pregnant so that they lactate. Of course, I've heard of other ways that you can get women to lactate. That's basically theory and a little bit of voodoo. I'm not quite sure how you get them to lactate without being pregnant. It can be, it's plausible, can take place. I've not done it myself yet, but one day we'll try. The point is, you need to get these women lactating, get them pregnant, milk them, extract their milk. A lot of times these ladies want to waste that milk on unappreciative young babies that they'll give birth to in some time. These babies do not have the words to appreciate their mothers. You know who has words and can talk and appreciate titty milk? Adults. Full-blown adults can actually appreciate. So when you're licking that ice cream and you're like, man, this tastes like titty milk. Thank you, ladies. You'll hear that. You'll never hear a thank you coming out of a baby's mouth. Unless it's like some sort of freak baby with extremely, it's really good at, what if it's like a robot baby? What if maybe it's like a, bionic baby, half bot, then maybe it could like talk. But and that'd be creepy. You don't even want that baby to. So there you go. So extract these ladies' titty milks and keep them there. You got to keep these. The thing is, you got to keep them pregnant so that they keep lactating. Either make them pregnant and have them give birth, but then get them pregnant right after, because you need them to keep lactating. Essentially, that's what you need to do. So, or if there's some sort of drug, because you could manipulate the body into, by taking the birth control, you can manipulate it into thinking it's pregnant so it doesn't bleed. Tweak the pill so that you can make them lactate. Get these bitches lactating, and that's how you can get more titty milk for your business. You're welcome, because it's not easy to get titty milk. It's not easy. I had mine over 30 years ago. It's not easy to get any. All right, I'm just letting you know. But you know what? I'll go ahead, and that's congratulations to you, the inventors of titty milk flavored ice cream. And I want to say that I myself, I don't want to get into your business. You do your thing on the other side of the street, and I'll do my thing over here. I'd like to say that I'm getting involved in making jizz flavored taffy. Yeah, that's right. If you like titty milk flavored ice cream, you're gonna love jizz flavored taffy. This shit will and it's much easier to get jizz for taffy than it is to get titty milk for ice cream. I'm telling you, men are lining up, volunteering to, one, donate their jizz, two, be a part of something that's bigger than just themselves for a second. Be a part of a global community, a global company that makes jizz flavored taffy. These things that you thought regular taffy was sticky icky. You thought this thing was pushed and pulled and stretched. We push and pull our jizz and mix it up with cornstarch and corn syrup and everything else in between to give you the best taffy experience. That's jizz flavored taffy. Try it out today, and if you don't like it, we're telling you, right, it will grow on you, okay? So continue to consume it and don't question your initial senses. You're like, I don't like it. We'll keep consuming it because our business is we need to grow, okay? Yes, what about the bleach smell? It's extra bleachy, all right? There's different variations. You can get like minimal bleach smell, mid bleach smell, high potency, just full bleach smell, but it's taffy and it's nice, and so you can have it any time of day. You can get up and like roll out of bed, just flavor taffy. I know what I'm gonna do with my day, and you'll continue to do whatever it was that you were gonna do throughout that day. But business meetings, why don't we all, before we begin our business meeting, why don't we all take a crack at this jizz flavored taffy, and you'll whip it out and jizz flavored taffy for all your associates. Before you know it, it's time to break for lunch and have a little bit of pre-lunch jizz flavored taffy just to build up an appetite, or it's also good to repress appetite if that's your concern. Jizz flavored taffy helps you lose weight. In fact, billions of people have lost several tons, hundreds of gajillions of tons of weight ever since they got on the jizz flavored taffy. We're not just here for the good times, we're here to get you ready for more good times. Jizz flavored taffy. What else is going on in and around the world? I believe this one is, I don't know the full deets, okay? I don't know the entire story, is like how it's gonna unravel, what it's, I just heard there's $50 million, there's a $50 million reward, a bounty for the president of Venezuela. Venezuela. Sí, señor. $50 million bounty, because apparently Nicolas Maduro, I just found out, is responsible for dealing drugs and cocaine and fentanyl, and it's making its way up to the Americas. And he's also maybe responsible for like cartels and gangs too. So there's a bounty. I don't know if this is all, there may be more to the story, there may be less, but I heard $50 million bounty. And are there, hey man, when we need to listen. This, I've said this, all right, I've said this before, I'll say it again. The way it works, all right, got the CIAs and the intelligence services of the world that run the world, and then you got the competing factors, which is like organized crime or mafias or gangs. You got to pick a side, all right? Got to pick a side. So we need to, as a collective, we've decided that it's time for you to bounce, to get out of here. Nicolas Maduro. Is he a good guy, bad guy? I don't know. Probably bad. Probably done a little bit of good too. All right. All I know is that you need to go. The point is that there's, it's a rich country. It's got a lot of oil in this country, a lot of oil in this Venezuela, but the people have not gotten that much money out of this. Like many other places in the world that has resources, but the people stay poor, and that's a problem. That's a problem. And then you get a dictator or a president that goes in there and does a bad job at managing, and then that's low-key. We need to go in there to get the bad guy, stop it, and that's all I have. So, hey, pick a side, okay? Pick a side, all right? I've said this before, I'll say it again. Just let the intelligence agencies just run the world, man. Just do it already. Make it it's one day at a time. We will get there. We will get there one day at a time. The point is, or not, whatever the people want, we'll get the people what they want, all right? Whatever the people want, we will get the people what it is that they want. The Point is that he's $50 million reward. I don't know if it's information that leads to his arrest, or if it's like actually arresting him and bringing him. I can't physically, because I want the money. It's $50 million. If it's information you want, it's information you'll get. And I'll DM me on IG and we can sort it out with the wherever you want to deposit them. I can pick up the cash. I can pick it up. I can pick up the money. You don't need to. I can pick it up. I prefer cash, to be honest with you. But information, okay? I took some time and took a look at the man. I can tell you he's got a mustache. Huh. He's got a mustache. He's got a fine mustache. Like many men who've had mustaches before, and history did not play in the favor of men with mustaches. And that's some information for you. So learn a little bit about the mustache trade. Learn about the things he does in and around his mustache. Does he comb it? Does he wax it? Does he trim it? Probably does all of the above. Is that information any good? Maybe that should whet your appetite, and you could potentially say that's worth $10 million if it leads to the arrest of Nicolas Maduro. He likes suits. I've seen him wearing suits in a couple of pictures, so I can tell you we need to find out where he is getting these tailor-made suits. And before you know it, we know his inseam. Before you know it, we know which way he leans, left or right. Before you know it, we got our guys on the inside cupping the man. Next thing you know, does he play for the other team? Sucky offers should be made. Next thing you know, he's getting sucky from Gay Taylor. Next thing you know, our boys break in. Is that whet your appetite? 25 mil right there. Is that worth 25 mil, low-key? 25 mil information? He's in Venezuela. He's in there. I'll tell you right now, he can't be anywhere else. More information that potentially leads to his arrest. That is 35 million worth of information right there. Well, you guys are the information folk. How am I supposed to give you more information than you already? You probably have more information than anybody. And resources too. I can't. How about this? You want him arrested? And then you give me the 50 mil? Front me 49 mil and consider it done. Consider it done. 49 mil, front me right, and I'll take 1 million after the job is done. I'll keep that 1 mil, and you get the 49 million back. How about that? Front me 49 mil. He'll be in your living room tomorrow, or like 72 hours. Or just use the information. Those are really good, solid pieces of information, okay? He likes probably smoking cigars. I may have seen him in a few photos smoking cigars, or just low-key it could have been other similar looking dictator fellas with cigars. It's a generic, you know, dictators, you know, stash cigar. It's a generic look, but nonetheless, he could like cigars. Information worth 40 million potentially, ladies and gents. Just 49 mil, put me in a chopper, let me do blackface, full-blown army blackface, not for any other purposes other than, okay, fine, for entertainment purposes only, and for, I gotta blend into the jungle, dude, come on, blackface, dog, come on, you want it or not, I gotta do it blackface, full-blown. Well, it's okay if I do 2 lines of blackface and not cover the entire face. I gotta do full blown. It's my camo, dude. It's the South American jungles. I gotta blend in. All right. Black bod. I'll do the whole thing. I'm not gonna stop at the neck. It'll look. I get it. You're like, yeah, well, it's gonna look weird. I will do the full bod. Okay, happy? 49 mil. I'll return it after I've got him in custody. Keep a mil, you keep 49. When, okay? And yeah, we can sort this whole drug dealing, the global drug cartel, we can just deal with it one arrest at a time. Or we could just make it legal and just manufacture it, sell it to, because people are still, but what, I don't care, it doesn't matter. The point is 49, 50 million on the table. All right? It's a nice way to pat ourselves on the back every time we do make an arrest. So tons of cocaine have been arrested at the shores of wherever, and you're like, there we go with a whack-a-mole right there, dude. Fucking tons of cocaine arrested on the shores, just sunbathing, trying to lure young people in and get them to look at this pile of coke, luring people in by itself. What are we talking about? The point is that Canada, I'll say this, and I heard this last minute, and I don't know what we're doing in terms of some of our policies and our overall way of governance to me, it's one and the same, like both parties. The point is that we've had our little problems with wildfires, yes. In Canada, there's been some wildfires. Happens. Part of the cycle. Some of it is man-made. Some of it is due to nature doing its thing. But now, I believe the government of Nova Scotia just mandated Nova Scotians to stay out of the woods. That's right, you're not allowed to go into the woods because you apparently going out into the woods for a nature hike could lead to forest fires. That's right, so stay out of the woods, Canada, specifically Nova Scotia for now, not any place else as far as I'm concerned, so far. But yes, the Liberal government and overall this commie rhetoric, 15-minute city, digital currency, I don't know what is going on. It is coming from all angles, but they are just telling you to stay inside and not go for a hike. That's right, because you going for a hike is what causes forest fires. That's right, stay away from the forests. Canada, where there's plenty of nature for you to see, except you can't see it now because you're a threat. Essentially, you existing as a human being, you are causing global warming. You specifically, you are a danger to society. You are about to spontaneously combust and set the entire forest on fire. All right, ladies and gents, it is stay inside, okay? You are farting too much. Too many CO2s are coming out of you, sir. Eating too much meat, driving your own car, going for your own hikes. All right, Canada? So you need to just stay inside and just merge with the machine. Just go in a sack that's filled with electronic tubes and vessels. We can plug you in permanently. Use your life source and energy to power the computers. And you could just lay still and we will pump enough nutrients inside your body so you stay intact for about 100 years. We can use you as the battery that you are. And stay away from the woods, man, because historically proven that when people go out into the woods, it causes fires. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, get out of here. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time. Overall, I think we're going to pull it out of this one day. It's just a little alarming. I'm sorry. It's a little alarming. What am I apologizing for? We're in it together. Until next time, have a wonderful weekend. Peace out. Get out of here.